Today, I'm going to help you understand do verbs in a way that actually stays in your memory. Not through boring rules that disappear after 5 minutes, but through clear meaning, natural examples, real conversations, and practical tricks that strong English speakers use without even thinking about it. So stay with me because by the end of this lesson, you will not only understand do, does, did, done, and doing, but you will also know how to use them naturally in real life. And if you enjoy lessons like this, take a second right now to subscribe to Daily English, like this video, and comment the word practice below so I know you are learning with me. Let's begin. When people hear the word do, they often think it is just a small grammar word. But in real English, do is much bigger than that. It can be a main verb, an auxiliary verb, a helper in questions and negatives, and part of many natural expressions. In other words, if you understand do verbs deeply, you unlock a huge part of everyday English. Let's start with the basic idea. The base form is do. Do means to perform an action, complete a task, or carry out something. For example, I do my homework every evening. We do business with local farmers. She does her hair before work. Now, notice something important. In the third person singular, we use does, not do. That means I do. You do. We do. They do. He does. She does. It does. That small change matters a lot. Many learners know the rule, but in real conversation they still forget it because they are thinking about meaning and grammar at the same time. Here is a simple fluency tip. Don't memorize do and does as separate words. Memorize them as pattern pairs. Say them together. I do, he does. You do, she does. We do, it does. This helps your brain build automatic memory, which is much better than trying to recall rules under pressure. Now, let's look at do as a main verb. As a main verb, do means to perform an activity or task. It is often used when the action is general or when a specific action is already understood. For example, I do my laundry on Saturdays. My brother does volunteer work at a hospital. They do yoga before breakfast. We did everything we could to help. She is doing her assignment right now. These sentences show something very important. Do changes form depending on tense and subject. Present simple. I do. He does. Past simple. I did. Past participle. I have done. Present participle. I am doing. If you learn these 4 forms as one family, your grammar becomes much easier. Now, let's focus on does. Does is the present simple form for he, she, and it. It is also used in questions and negatives with the base verb. For example, she does her work carefully. Does he speak French? He does not understand the instructions. A lot of learners make one very common mistake here. They say, does he speaks French? That is incorrect. After does, the main verb must return to the base form. Does he speak French? Here is the reason. Does already carries the tense and the subject agreement. So the main verb stays in its original form. This same rule works in negatives too. He does not speak French. She does not live here. It does not matter. And in spoken English, we often shorten does not to doesn't. He doesn't speak French. She doesn't live here. It doesn't matter. Now, let's make this more real. Imagine you are talking to a friend in a cafe, and you want to ask whether someone works there. You might say, does the woman at the counter work here? Or maybe you're asking about a skill. Does your cousin play the piano? Or a routine. Does your sister wake up early? These are natural, useful, real-life questions. If you can use does correctly, your English immediately sounds more organized and fluent. Now, let's move to did. Did is the past form of do for all subjects. That means it is the same for I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. For example, I did my best. You did a great job. He did the repairs yesterday. They did the shopping in the evening. And in questions, did you call Maria? Did he finish the report? Did they arrive on time? Again, after did, the main verb stays in the base form. Did you call Maria? Not, did you call Maria? Did she go home? Not, Did she went home? This is one of the biggest grammar traps for learners, but once you understand the pattern, it becomes much easier to avoid. Here is a useful fluency tip that advanced speakers use. When answering questions with did, keep your answer natural and compact. For example, did you finish the book? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Did she visit the museum? Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
In fast conversation, people often use short answers like this because they sound smooth and confident. You do not always need a long response. Now, let's talk about done. Done is the past participle of do. This is where many learners get confused because done is not the same as did. Did is past simple. Done is usually used with helping verbs like have, has, had, or be. For example, I have done the task. She has done a lot of work today. They had done their homework before dinner. The repairs are done. Notice the difference. I did the task. I have done the task. These are not always exactly interchangeable. Did often talks about a completed past event. Have done often connects that completed action to the present. For example, I did my presentation yesterday. I have done my presentation, so I'm free now. That second sentence feels more connected to the present moment. Done is also very common in everyday expressions. I'm done. We're done. Are you done yet? Dinner is done. Here, done means finished or complete. Let me give you a small real-life example. A student spends hours preparing for an exam and finally says, I'm done with studying for today. That does not only mean the studying has ended, it also carries a feeling of relief. It tells the listener, I finished something difficult and now I can rest. That emotional layer is important. English is not only grammar, it is also feeling, rhythm, and intention. Now, let's move to doing. Doing is the present participle form of do. It is used in continuous tenses and as a gerund. For example, I am doing my project now. She is doing research online. They were doing exercises when I called. Doing the right thing is not always easy. That last example is especially important. When doing becomes a gerund, it acts like a noun. Doing the right thing is not always easy. You can also hear doing in many natural expressions. What are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing? She is doing fine.
He is doing his best.
One thing I want you to notice is that doing often appears in daily conversation when people talk about life, work, progress, and effort. It gives a sense of action and motion. Now let's slow down and connect all 5 forms.
Do, does. Did, done.
Doing. Say them with me in your mind. I do. She does. They did. The work is done. I am doing it now. If you can hear the pattern, you are already building fluency. Now let's go deeper and talk about how do verbs work as auxiliary verbs. In English, do is often used to form questions and negatives in the present simple and past simple. This is one of its most powerful jobs. For example, do you like coffee? Does he drive to work? Did they see the message? And negatives. I do not know. She does not agree. They did not come. Without do, these sentences would sound incomplete or incorrect in standard English. This is why learners need to respect the helper function of do. It may look small, but it holds the structure together. Now let me give you an advanced tip that many basic lessons skip. In spoken English, do verbs are often shaped by stress and rhythm. Native speakers do not always pronounce every word with equal force. They stress the meaning word and reduce the helper word. For example, do you want some tea? In fast speech, this can sound like, do you want some tea? Does he know? Can sound like, does he know? Did you see it? Can sound like, did y'all see it? You do not need to force these contractions immediately, but listening for them will improve your comprehension. Many learners think native speakers are speaking too fast, but often the real problem is not speed. It is reduced pronunciation. So if you want better listening skills, train your ear to hear the weak forms of do, does, and did. Here is another useful area: emphasis. Do can be used for strong emphasis in statements. For example, I do want to help. She does understand the problem. We did try our best. These sentences carry emotion or contrast. Maybe someone thinks you do not want to help, so you say, I do want to help. Maybe someone doubts her understanding, and you respond, she does understand the problem. Maybe someone says you never tried, and you answer, we did try our best. This is a very natural and powerful use of do. It helps you defend your meaning clearly and politely. Now, let's make the lesson more practical with a story. Imagine a young woman named Selam working in a travel office in Nairobi. Every morning, she does customer service calls, does her paperwork, and does her best to help tourists understand their itinerary. Last week, she did a full training session for new staff. By the end of the day, she was exhausted, but she told her friend, I have done everything on my list, and now I'm done for today. That one short story shows all 5 forms.
Does, do, did, done,
Doing. This is how grammar becomes memorable, not through isolated rules, but through life. Now, let's talk about common learner mistakes. Mistake number 1, using the wrong verb form after does or did. Wrong. Does he likes music? Correct. Does he like music? Wrong. Did she went home? Correct. Did she go home? Mistake number 2, confusing did and done. Wrong. I have did my work. Correct. I have done my work. Wrong. I done it yesterday. Correct. I did it yesterday. Mistake number 3, forgetting do in negatives and questions. Wrong. You not like pizza? Correct. Don't you like pizza? Wrong. She not speak German. Correct. She does not speak German. Mistake number 4, overusing do when a more specific verb would sound better. Instead of saying, I did a thing at the office,
say,
I prepared the report. I submitted the form. I organized the meeting. Strong English is not just about knowing do verbs. It is also about knowing when not to use them. That is an advanced point, and it matters. Good speakers choose precise verbs. Do is useful, but it is not always the most powerful word available. If you want to sound more advanced, ask yourself whether a stronger verb exists. For example, do your shoes need cleaning?
could become,
Need your shoes cleaning? Or more naturally, do your shoes need to be cleaned? Another example, I did a mistake. Better, I made a mistake. This is one of the most important lessons in English fluency. Some expressions are grammatically possible, but not naturally idiomatic. Learning the natural collocations makes your English sound more professional. Now, let's explore a few common expressions with do that you will hear everywhere.
do your best,
Do business. Do the dishes. Do your homework.
do a favor,
Do well.
do time,
Do damage. Do research.
do a presentation,
Each of these phrases has its own meaning and natural tone. For example, she did a favor for her neighbor.
the storm did a lot of damage,
He did well in the interview. I'm doing research on language learning. If you want to sound more fluent, do not just memorize single words. Learn full expressions. English is a language of patterns. And here is a practical learning strategy that works very well. Create example sentences from your own life.
not,
He does homework.
but,
I do homework every evening before dinner.
not,
They did a project.
but,
We did a project about climate change at university.
not,
She is doing work.
but,
My sister is doing her final report at the library. When you personalize grammar, your memory becomes stronger. Let's now talk about do in short conversations. Question. Do you live near the market? Answer. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Question. Does he work on weekends? Answer. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Question. Did they enjoy the concert? Answer. Yes, they did. No, they didn't. This pattern is extremely common. If you master it, you will understand thousands of real conversations much more easily. Now, I want to share something important about confidence. Many learners think fluency means speaking quickly. It does not. Fluency means speaking smoothly, clearly, and naturally without getting trapped by every rule in your head. Grammar helps, but confidence comes when the pattern becomes familiar. So if do verbs ever confuse you, do not panic. That does not mean your English is bad. It means you are learning something real and important. And remember, every fluent speaker once struggled with the same patterns. The difference is not talent. The difference is repetition, attention, and patience. Let's do a quick recap in a natural way.
Do is the base form.
Does is used with he, she, and it in the present simple. Did is the past form for all subjects. Done is the past participle, often used with have, has, or had. Doing is the present participle used in continuous forms and gerunds. Now say them as a rhythm. I do. She does.
We did.
It is done. We're doing it. That rhythm can help you remember the forms more easily. Here is one more advanced tip before we finish. When you are speaking, try to hear the grammar inside the sentence, not just the vocabulary. For example, in does he know, the word does is doing two jobs. It shows the tense and helps form the question. In I have done it, done shows completed action connected to the present. In I am doing it, doing shows action in progress. This is the deeper level of grammar awareness. Once you see grammar as meaning, not just rules, your understanding becomes much stronger. So practice this lesson in a smart way. Listen to real conversations. Repeat full sentences, not isolated words. Use your own examples. Speak aloud every day. Notice patterns in movies, podcasts, and interviews. And most importantly, do not wait until you feel perfect. Use the grammar while you are still learning it. That is how progress happens. If this lesson helped you, please like the video, subscribe to Daily English, and comment a sentence using do, does, did, done, or doing. I would love to see your examples, and your comment may help another learner too. Remember this. English mastery is built one clear pattern at a time. Today, you learned one of the most useful patterns in the language. Tomorrow, you can use it in your speaking, your writing, your listening, and your confidence.
Keep going.
Keep practicing. Keep doing the work. And I'll see you in the next lesson.